How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper, and my goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading, whether the price is going up or down. SEC labels Algorand and 5 other tokens as securities in Bitrrex lawsuit. The SEC has categorized 6 cryptocurrencies as securities in its lawsuit against exchange Bitrrex. The crux of the SEC's complaint against Bitrrex is that they failed to register with the watchdog as an exchange, broker-dealer, or clearing agency, which is a requirement for offering securities to customers. Of course, for this to be true, the SEC needs to establish that at least one of the tokens that Bitrrex offers is a security. And though SEC Chairman Gary Gensler has claimed that the label applies to everything but Bitcoin, meaning that your coin could be next, so this is a problem for everyone, the agency has only honed in on the following 6. Which is OMG Network, Dash, Monolith, Naga, Real Estate Protocol, Algorand. So those 6 were the ones that they targeted, and the agency even said that there will likely be more, describing the lineup as a non-exhaustive list. So like I said, your coin could be next. None of the 6 tokens issuers were named as defendants in the lawsuit, and the SEC is not charging them as of Monday. So they're going after people holding the coins, not the people issuing the coins, in an attempt to just snuff out people from investing in these coins. On to our next one. New York financial regulator to bill crypto firms for annual supervision fees. The New York State Department of Financial Services said it would start charging cryptocurrency firms registered in the state for costs of annual supervision and examination. The new rule adopted Monday and applying to those with a BIT license. This is something that they do for banks and other types of insurance firms, so it's not something just out of the norm they're attacking crypto for. It is something done in the industry for other kind of financial institutions. New York's financial regulator has been looking into the use of the state's role as an industry leadership to help set regulatory agenda nationwide, particularly in crypto. The goal is that these assessment fees are going to be part of a formula based on the crypto firm's size and complexity. They say that when you work hand in hand with your regulator and examiners, they can help you identify issues early before they metastasize, and this is really a service that we can provide to the industry, and it helps us as regulators better oversee the markets and protect consumers. So, I'm saying this is all in the name of protecting everyone and making sure you don't have more Sam Bankman-Frieds. The licensing requirements, modeled after its banking supervision requirements, ask crypto businesses to meet certain standards for capitalization, cybersecurity protection, and anti-money laundering protocols, among others. Each crypto firm will be billed 5 times for a fiscal year, 4 estimated quarterly assessments, and 1 true-up based on the firm's actual expenses for the year. So, the goal of this BIT license fee add-on would be to add a layer of people that can help audit these firms and know what's going on in the industry, so you don't have these random companies that say, hey, we're going to audit a firm, and then they just shut their doors and disappear and no one got audited, so you're not sure if your investment's safe or not. Jack finally served an FTX lawsuit after months of running, says lawyers. Shaquille O'Neal has finally been served papers in a lawsuit over his role in promoting FTX, the last person finally to get served, alongside fellow high-profile endorsements such as Tom Brady and Larry David. O'Neal was named as defendant in the suit filed last November. It doesn't mention O'Leary or BitBoy, as I believe they're in the same suit, and they're being sued for promoting FTX as well. It alleges that celebrities actively participated in FTX's offer and sale of unregistered securities. Last week, tweets posted by the law firm's account directly addressed O'Neal, claiming they had been standing outside the TNT studios in Atlanta all week in hopes of hand-delivering the complaint, but they were prevented by doing so by security. An updated posted on Sunday night said that O'Neal had finally been served outside his house with a record of the incident made in his own home security cameras. I don't see it in this article, but another article I said told O'Neal that he's not allowed to delete that footage because it's going to be claimed for part of the court hearing. O'Neal said he was excited to be partnering with FTX to help make crypto accessible for everyone, and he's all in. Are you? So never follow anyone that says they're all in on something, because being all in on anything just sets you up for failure if that thing fails. So keep that in mind. On to the charts. Bitcoin dominance is starting to fall. We fell through our first two support areas we mentioned yesterday, and now we're kind of hanging around this bottom level. If we do break this level, then our next area could possibly be this 45, and then down here at 44.5 area. So we could get a bit of a drop in dominance if we don't see a recovery from here. RSI is heading down, stochastic's trying to curl. Zoom in a little, you can see that curl a little bit better. Might get across. Our VWAP's kind of rounding off. Money flow's still heading out. So overall we look slightly bearish, but we could start to recover as we have been getting quite a bit of inching out. And usually when you get days of one direction, you'll get a correction. Even if it's just one day like this, we got a bunch of green days, then a couple red days, then some green days. So our total market cap, that retraced a little bit from yesterday. Bit of a tweezer top candle here. So this could be a bearish setup. Stochastic's starting to roll over. RSI is pointing down. Momentum's starting to roll over. VWAP is starting to head down. Money flow is getting really weak here. So we could possibly see people start to roll into Bitcoin or some stable coins, as if the dominance is going to roll over and we're going to start losing dominance here on our altcoins besides Ethereum and Bitcoin, then it's likely we'll start rolling into Ethereum, Bitcoin, and possibly alt or stable coins. That's just how the money is going to keep flowing no matter where you are. So over on the daily for Bitcoin, we got slammed down by this volume profile just completely. We rejected the point of control, rejected the value area low, and we've been continuing to come down. Don't know why this is our value area high for our previous range in this area where we came out of into the golden pocket. So our value area high is here, point of control is right here, and our value area low is right here. So those are our major supports. We do have this other support right in here, in between them, which was kind of a local support from other areas previously. So we may or may not respect it. We kind of did back here, so keep that in mind. So what's likely to happen, our stochastic's starting to fall, RSI is starting to fall, momentum's starting to fall, money flow's coming out, our VWAP's starting to head down pretty sharply. We got this pretty good red candle. So if we don't make a bounce off this value area high here, then it's likely that we would start to fall through it, hit this support or possibly our point of control, or even both. And at that point, we would most likely get some sort of a bounce back to our value area high. And then we'd have to see where we go from there, see if we're making any kind of patterns. But it's likely if we break this value area high, our point of control is going to be the next stop before we try and get a retracement, unless we manage to retrace off this support, this local support. But we are in the golden pocket. If we get right into it, like we're about to, then we could get some volatile move that could just get us a really big candle right out of it. Like we could get a candle like this size, just shoot us out, and then we could be done with this range. Remember, this is an area for manipulation. We cover that in our trading basics videos on our Fibonacci retracement video. So if you want to see a little more, watch that video and learn how this Fibonacci retracement gets set up and how you can see all these different support levels using it. So over on the 4-hour, our RSI overall is falling out. Money flow overall is heading down. Stochastic's pretty weak. Our VWAP is trying to head up and break bullish, and our momentum's trying to get a double green dot and push up. So we are trying to set up some bullish momentum here after kind of falling away. We do have a little bit of an ascending triangle on the lower time frame, so we'll show that right now. It's a little better on the 1 hour. 2 hour doesn't really look like much. But we did fall from the symmetrical triangle. Like I said, it was a bear pendant, and that bear pendant brought us down. So we're going to get rid of this. And now we have this. So our RSI is heading down, somewhat flattening out. Stochastic's starting to round off. It was trying to head back up, so we could lose more strength here. Money flow is getting really close to coming out on the 2 hour, so we're getting close to a carryover. And our momentum's starting to round up. So momentum's trying to come up, but that money flow is getting really weak and about to give way to the bears. If we look at the 1 hour, our money flow overall is more bearish. Our momentum wave looks like it keeps trying to round off and come back down. VWAP keeps trying to come down and overall is heading out. Stochastic's trying to run up, but our RSI is going nowhere. And we do have that slight ascending triangle possibility. Might bring us up to like this resistance area, and then we could fall away from it after that. So we'll kind of have to watch if we can make like some bullish patterns after breaking out of this. If we do, then we'll have to watch where we can go, do some reevaluation on the higher time frames, and just basically see where we can go. But like I said, if we get near this point of control, or this golden pocket, it's likely we could go down to that point of control pretty easily. So over on graph, we are trying to head up. Might be able to make a little bit of an ascending triangle here that could push us higher. So if we go like this, might retest this area where we had that big break before. Not guaranteed to happen. And our stochastic's starting to roll off, momentum's starting to roll off. RSI is trying to head up, VWAP is getting close to breaking bearish. Our money flow can't seem to break bullish and hold. So the daily is not looking too good for that to happen, at least anytime soon. Over on the 4 hour, money flow is in the green zone, so we are bullish on the 4 hour. RSI overall is heading down but pointing up. Our stochastic's trying to curl back up and head up with a bullish cross, but it's kind of starting to waver here and curl off, so watch out if it makes a bearish cross and comes back down, as that RSI could come back down lower. It's not really going anywhere right now, so it doesn't really have very much strength or momentum. Over on the 2 hour, our RSI is heading down, trying to point up pretty high, but we'll have to see if we can break that resistance area. Momentum's getting a green dot, trying to push up. Money flow is trying to hold its ground here around the 17-15 area. VWAP's been flopping around. It doesn't really know where it wants to be for the medium term, as we're kind of just flagging out here. So this could be a little bull flag here that could break us up and take us higher. So that's where a lower time frame pattern could help with a higher time frame, as you'd have that, and then you'd have a trend line here, and since it's a flag from here, go about there. I want to grab that, and that would take us pretty close to that other breakout point, and then we might get the rest of that breakout if that does happen. So not guaranteed to happen, but we are getting some bullish signs that could potentially help us there. And we are somewhat flagging here. So the 1 hour though, our money flow is coming out, so that could invalidate that flag and that potential breakout. Money flow overall is heading out. Our momentum's heading out. Overall making lower highs while price tries to stay flat. Stochastic's trying to head up. Our VWAP's trying to head up, and our money flow is just riding that neutral zone, trying to curl away. So we're trying to push forward, but we have some bearish divergences here, and we're not looking too strong for the money flow. If the 1 hour can pick up with the money flow, then maybe we can break out, or we might just get a surprise breakout. Anchor Yeah, graph actually is one of the only green coins today. So, that being said, it could take a little bit of a retracement, as money could have flowed into it from other places. Who knows? We are getting a little bit of a bearish pattern here, where we have a big green candle, a doji candle, which is a hammer candle, and a long red candle. So this is a rounding pattern that could break us lower. Stochastic's starting to head down, RSI is starting to head down, we could get a bearish cross on our stochastic, momentum's about to get a red dot confirmation possible, and our VWAP is breaking bearish with money flow starting to reject away here. So we could push further down. We did bounce off our point of control, and that is on our higher area point of control, not our medium, which I think they're actually sandwiched together right now. So we are pushing off that. That could help propel us forward if we get some green candles here. That could invalidate this candle pattern, and maybe we get a green dot and this cross doesn't happen too strongly. But that would be the only way we could kind of save ourselves from a bearish pattern. 4 hour, we're kind of rounding off here, so that is pretty good. We have a tweezer bottom, so that could help propel us forward. RSI is trying to head up. Stochastic's making a bullish cross and trying to head up. Money flow's holding its ground, pretty decent. Our VWAP's trying to head up, and our momentum wave's trying to curl up. We're gonna want to see a green dot sometime soon. That way that can signal that we can get more bullish momentum here. Over at the 2 hour, somewhat same rounding pattern, bullish engulfing candle. Momentum's got that green dot here. VWAP's heading up. Money flow is coming down, so that's a little worrisome. Stochastic's heading up. RSI is trying to head up, so we'll need that money flow to turn around and everything else to keep going how it's going. 1 hour money flow did break bearish, but did manage to come back up bullishly. But it looks like we could retest that bearish possibility. Stochastic's trying to make a bullish cross, doesn't really have much room to go, but that could help propel our RSI forward, which could help drag this momentum from curling. And momentum's trying to curl out, so that is a bearish sign, as we could be losing strength and start to fall away, which then our money flow would cross bearish. Our VWAP's trying to curl over here, but is overall heading up. So if that can continue heading up steeply, that would be positive, but if it starts to round over, that would be bearish. Over on XRP, we did fall back into our triangle and use it as support. That's why I don't always delete patterns. We are making a lower high on momentum, so I would not rely too much on another breakout from this triangle because this is a bearish divergence here. RSI is starting to fall away, so Stochastic's got a bearish cross starting to head down. We have a red dot forming on our momentum. Our VWAP is heading down, and our money flow is about to come out. So we look pretty bearish on the daily. 4 hour money flow is coming out, VWAP's trying to head up, momentum's trying to curl up, Stochastic's trying to curl up, and our RSI is trying to hold its ground. So we are trying to hold here. We'll have to see if we can hold this 50-cent level. If not, then it's likely we could break down to a previous support level, possibly around this 49 is really not that far away. It look a little better on the daily. Next decent support level would probably be here in this 45-cent level. So back onto the 2 hour, RSI is starting to fall away, Stochastic's starting to round off, money flow is trying to hold bullish, VWAP's starting to kind of curl away, our momentum's trying to head up with a double green dot, so we're getting some conflicting signals. We'll need this money flow to hold, and that Stochastic to kind of curl up and keep moving. And we'll need the RSI to start heading upwards instead of that sloping down. Over on the 1 hour, Stochastic's about to make a bearish cross, so that could bring our RSI even lower. Momentum's getting close to making a bearish cross, VWAP's heading down, momentum's trying to round off, so we could get some bearish momentum here if we don't start to get some bullish candles. This could be a bit of a tweezer top here, if this is like the top of this run up. as we got in the bearish engulfing candle, as the candle is bigger than the green candle. So we could be set up for a further drop down. Last but not least, on algo, wow. It being labeled as a security really dropped it. Obviously, you can see how XRP is being crushed, so anyone holding algo, you might want to start paying attention to the XRP case if you weren't before. Our point of control, and if you're not sure why, go back to our article where we covered that. Let's see here. Where the SEC labeled, first article, make sure you listen to that. So, stochastic's starting to head down, RSI's starting to head down, momentum's starting to curl off with a red dot, VWAP's about to break bearish, and our money flow is rejecting. So overall, the daily is looking really bearish right now, especially with the strong red candle. But when you get a big red candle, you could get moves upward, as usually when you get a quick move one way, you can get a correction the other way. But sometimes it continues before that correction, and the correction isn't always immediately going to happen, and it could just take you to a support or resistance like we got brought here. So back to our TA on the 4 hour, momentum's starting to head down pretty sharply. VWAP's starting to kind of round off here, not looking the strongest coming up, but if it rounds away and comes down with that momentum being bearish, the stochastic's oversold, money flows coming out, RSI is just stair-stepping down, so 4 hours not looking that good. We do have these doji candles, which represents indecision. If that indecision can help us gain some momentum, that would be bullish, but algo's so fudded out without being labeled as security that it could be pretty brutal. So get ready to average down. Our momentum, our DCA. If you don't know what DCA is, drop a comment, say what is DCA, and I'll make a video on that soon. Our RSI is trying to head up, stochastic's trying to head up, money flow is holding its ground, our momentum's got a double green dot, so the 2 hour could save us, but we are flagging out, which could kill us. Over on the 1 hour, our stochastic's running up pretty good, but our RSI is going nowhere. Money flow broke bearish, so momentum's iffy, VWAP's kind of iffy, with that money flow breaking bearish and heading away. That's not looking too good, especially since we're already bearish on the daily. 4 hours not looking too strong. 2 hours the only place we have some strength, and if we lose that, then it's not going to look very pretty. So you might be asking, where could our next support be? Well, the obvious one would be 19 cents, where our high value area low is. But we could come back, retest the 16-cent level. That would be a pretty good area to test. And if we get even lower than that, we'd have to go way before the bull market, I believe. Yeah, because this captures the bull market with my Fibonacci here. That captures the entire previous market. And then we got this little bit of a run. So we have back here before 16 cents. If we break 16, we got 13 cents here, 15 cents. But if we break that, we haven't been lower than that. So we really don't have any support if we were to break that level. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a great night.